Welcome back, and as we mentioned earlier in our intro, we're going to be talking about the Industrial Modernization Center, or the IMC. And the IMC has organized an exhibition, a major exhibition. The exhibition was entitled The Creative Egypt, and we're delighted to be joined today by Engineer Ahmad, IMC Executive Director. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, Engineer Taha. And first of all, if you could shed some light on the IMC and especially on your booth that you are participating in that huge exhibition. How did the idea spark you, and how are you participating in IMC?
Good. Actually, the IMC was initiated as a joint funding program between the EU and the government of Egypt. The House of Parliament approved the agreement in 1999. Afterwards, in year 2000, there was a presidential decree of the establishment of the IMC to be able to execute the industrial modernization program, because it was a huge program with a funding of 462 million euros, 250 of which is a fund from the EU, and the rest is jointly between the government of Egypt and the subsidy of the different industrial sectors that are working with IMC. We started the actual operation in year 2002 due to many shortfalls at the very beginning, the usual. Afterwards, we have started serving the small and medium enterprises as per our establishment decree. The services was revolving around upgrading their skills, upgrading the quality certification, and so on and so forth. Until the year 2005, there was a major change in the management style. The management at that time decided to work extensively with the large companies, because their views, which was right or wrong, this is not for me to judge actually, that was taken into consideration that these large companies are the main drivers for exports, and there was a lot of support given to this kind of large companies until January 25th, 2011. Things was a little bit on hold, as many other economic sectors here in Egypt. And when I came into the office in August 2013, we had to stop and assess everything that we've done over the previous 11 years, from 2002 until 2013. And accordingly, we've decided to do an active role in the area of development, not just looking at the growth rate and the increase in exports, and that's it, because the people walking in the street do not feel it. So we started working extensively in the development sector, specifically the handicrafts and the artisan. Accordingly, we have done a map. There was a lot of effort done before that to map villages and cities and craftsmen. We have identified 61 different clusters, whether they are ethnic or handicrafts or industrial clusters. In the fair that we are talking about today, we have managed to have 41 of these clusters displaying in our
breakfast show, and we resume our discussion on the exhibition organized by the IMC on the Egypt creative work. And we have over the phone, Dr. Yomna Al-Hamai, professor of political economy. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Dr. Hamai.
Good morning. How are you? And good morning to Engineer Ahmad.
Good morning.
Good day to you, Dr. Hamai. And our first question to you is that how do you see the role that is played by the IMC in developing the economic environment and effecting a real change in the economic roadmap that Egyptians are planning to achieve?
Yes, actually the role is vitally important, and I believe that Engineer Ahmad is doing quite well for the last period, specifically to enhance the competitiveness of our industries. It needs a lot of work for this matter, because as you see, if you revise our structure of experts, you can see that we are still concentrating on raw materials instead of having competitiveness of manufactured products. What I am seeing about the role of IMC that have taken, by Engineer Ahmad lately, that he's starting as within the strategy of Ministry of Industry and Trade to enhance the competitiveness of some industries that may have a comparative advantage, like furniture, and taking account sectorally and geographically of some of these industries to enhance its competitiveness. So this role is quite important. I hope that this could be translated into a better competitiveness and more capacity to penetrate international market, as well as supporting the local market. But what I would like very much from Engineer Ahmad to strengthen on for the coming period is that we are now working towards attracting foreign direct investments, and all our institutions and ministries are trying to support to how extent Egypt can offer opportunities of investment with comparative advantage. So I hope that we can enhance this work relating to enhancing competitiveness of our industries, like ready-made clothes. We have a lot to be done for this. We have footwear and all leather products and food industries. All these industries, we have feeding industries to be introduced and to enhance its competitiveness. At the same time, I hope that we can have more emphasizing on the informal sector, to how extent we can enhance and encourage the informal sector on a sectoral way, in order to encourage them to be to transfer into the formal sector. So may God help him and help all Egyptians that are working quite well for our future, inshallah. Hopefully that this could gain importance, and attracting small industries and small entrepreneurs, because I know that within the Ministry of Trade and Industry there are several units that should coordinate with Engineer Ahmad in order to enhance the competitiveness of our industries. There are a lot of markets that could be penetrated, like African market, Arab markets, and I believe that taking into consideration the potentialities of export for Egypt is giving a lot of opportunities for our industries.
Right. Dr. Hamai, how do you see the importance of the upcoming economic conference in exporting these products, in finding new fields for exportation, and how do you see the importance of this conference in attracting foreign investment to Egypt?
Actually, these industries may have, very good potentialities for profitability, which means that if we take an example like ready-made clothes, there is still some industries that could be feeding industries, and there is still some industries that could be enhanced if we take into consideration how to enhance, the competitiveness regarding upgrading technology, the transfer of technology. So from foreign direct investment, what we need is the transfer of technology so that we can improve our competitiveness. And I believe there is a lot to be done regarding, if we take it sectorally, in these industries, there is a lot to be done to offer all these investors potentialities and ready packages with pre-visibility studies about the opportunities of profitability for Egypt. Now we know that
Dr.
in this preparation, it